So among all the other programming languages, Python became a most popular languages in the world. And today's technologies, like all the people are converting to automation and artificial intelligence, machine learning languages, and also the data science. So in all those languages, Python is using mostly. And what is Python? Python is a high level interpreted general purpose programming language. High level means that can be easily understood by the users who are typing the language, and it is readable, and that is like an English language which can then be converted or interpreted into machine understandable language, that is zeros and ones. And Python is an interpreted language. See here, a high-level language is nothing but a most user-friendly programming context and is generally independent of computer's hardware architecture. You don't need to know about any of the hardware architecture. This language itself will take care of the conversion and the interpretation. And what is interpreter? Interpreter is nothing but it executes a program line by line instead of executing whole program like compilers like C, C++, Java or the compiler languages. But whereas Python is an interpreter language which executes the program in line by line so that we can get the output very quickly. So it is faster than the other languages. Basically, the other interpreter languages like Perl and PHP, those are also interpreter languages, scripting languages. And also, it is a general purpose that is used in variety of applications like web applications, desktop applications, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and automations, and also web scraping purpose, etc. That's why this is a most popular programming languages nowadays. And history. Actually, the founder of this language Python is Godel van Rossum. That is found and began the implementation began in December 1918 and released on February 20, 1991. Basically, he named that language. He has a interesting and one of his favorite circus series is going on in the BBC channel, that is the British channel. So he named that series, that comedy show series name, that is Python. So he named that. That's why that is why the Python became name became the Python. The purpose is it is a better readability, means it is like an English language. You need not to write program in a complex way. You can write in a simple language so that people can easily write the programs. And nowadays, Python versions are currently Python 3.11, 3.11, and it started uh, the year 1991. Features of Python. See, it is, as I told you, it is easy to write, read, and learn, and free and open source. So you need not to buy the language, software. So it is freely available and it is open source. And also, you can easily learn it because it has more community when compared to the other programming languages community. Nowadays you can find more help or the documentation in the web for Python. Also, it is interpreted, as I discussed, as I told you about what is interpreter is nothing but it executes the program line by line and immediately you get the output, whereas the compiler will execute the entire program by linking other linking programs or the libraries, and it takes some time. So that is the difference between interpreter and compiler. So Python is an interpreted language, and it supports portability. Portability in the sense, if you write a program in Windows environment, you can easily take that program into the other operating systems like Mac or Linux or Unix flavors. So you need not to change any code. Automatically, it takes care of Python will takes care of the execution part. So that is called the portability, and it supports modularity. Modularity is nothing but the bigger program can be divided into different pieces of sub programs. It can be managed easily and it can be reused uh, as and when it is needed. So Python supports modularity. Are you able to understand my points? Can anyone speak out?
Yes, Malik. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And it is extensive in the sense you need not to write any of the libraries for different purposes. Many people already written different libraries for different purposes. If you want to write a program for data science purpose, we can use different libraries already uh, available in the web. You just import that library and you can extend that whatever the purpose, whatever the intention you are going to write, you can just implement your need as per your need by using the existing libraries. So that is called extensive. And also it is a dynamic type system in the sense you need not to declare any variables like in Java or C++. You need to declare a variable before using that variable, whether it is an integer or a string or date type or any other type of data. You need to declare first. That is a static type, but whereas Python is a dynamic type, you just give a variable and assign a value. It automatically understands. If you assign a value as integer, so that variable become integer in the whole program. Later you can use the same variable for string purpose also. That is called the dynamic type system. So you need not to write, you need not to declare the variables prior to the usage. And also it automatically takes care of the memory management in the sense once you completes the execution of the program, whatever the usage of the RAM, the memory used for your program can be automatically cleaned by Python itself. That is called the automatic memory management. But whereas in other languages, we have to reallocate the memory which is used for the variables or any other data types. And it supports third-party packages. As I told you already, so many packages or libraries available for different purposes. You need not to write from the scratch. You just import the libraries which is useful for your purpose or for your requirement, that can easily be used for your requirement. That's why it supports the third-party packages. And also it is object oriented, because nowadays all the programming languages are use this concept called object oriented. That means earlier when we are writing the programs in C language or COBOL or other old languages, so we are writing repeatedly the same code again and again. But whereas in object oriented programming, you just need the you just declare the classes and the methods. Those can be reused. You need not to write the program again and again. And all the database also behind this Python, we have to use any one of the database. So the database also supports nowadays all the features of object oriented programming. So this is a very good concept, and many of the other features like the all the object oriented concepts are not supported by many of the languages. Java does not support multiple inheritance, but whereas Python supports multiple inheritance. That we will discuss in the later sessions. And applications of Python, and it is used for the web development purpose. There are different libraries, those only meant for the web development purpose. Those are Django, Flask, and Fast API. So most of the API callers like for data science or the machine learning languages, so they are just using the Flask APIs or the Fast APIs. for the web development purpose, and data science. So these are the different libraries used for the data science purpose. That is NumPy, Pandas, and SciPy. And machine learning purpose like scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. These are the different libraries which are used for the machine learning purpose. And data visualization. So once you implement any of the data science application, finally we have to present that application in the form of different graphs and charts. So for that purpose, basically it is called the data visualization. So for that purpose, we can use this matplotlib, seaborn, plotly. All these are the different libraries mainly used for the data visualization purpose. And web scraping. And web scraping is nothing but if you want to collect the data from different websites and store that information in a database. So that is called the web scraping, collecting the data from websites. So these are the libraries which can be used for collecting the information from websites. Beautiful Soap, Request, and Scrappy. And the GUI development purpose, like graphical user development purpose, we can use Tigner, PyQt5, PySimple Guide. So these are the different libraries. And game development purpose, like Pygame, PyOpenGL, Panda 3D. These are the different libraries which are used for the development of games. And image processing, Pillow, OpenCV, Scikit Image. These are the different libraries used for the image processing purpose. And who uses Python today? So these mainly like Google search engine is developed by using the Python. It is an extensive use of like a Python in its web search engine. And Intel, Cisco, HP, Seagate, Qualcomm, and IBM use for use this language Python for different hardware testing purposes, because these companies mainly develops the hardware parts. So for that purpose also Python is using nowadays. And ESRI uses Python as an end user customization tool for its popular JS mapping products. In America, ESRI is a popular organization which is mainly developing all the uh, geo information system mapping products. So in that organization also Python is using nowadays. And YouTube video sharing service is largely written in Python code. Till now, you have any doubts? Can you please unmute and ask any doubts? Anyone can unmute and ask your doubts, please.
No doubt so far. Very good.
Okay, thank you. And lots of Python packages exist, and depending on what you are going to solve, like as I told you, nowadays mainly this Python is using for the data science applications, and also for the data engineering, and also for the DevOps, like automation. For like suppose if you want to earlier if you want to take the backups in the database, you need to manually do the task. But whereas in Python, if you write a script for taking the backup automatically, it will take care. And also if you want to clean the database, you can also write the Python scripts to clean that database for unwanted data. And we have Python packages for desktop GUI development and database development, web development, software development, etc. And as I told you, these are the main important packages for data science and the other like machine learning purpose. Python editors, how you are going to write a program. Basically, you can use any simple notepad or notepad plus plus or any of the editor. You can just type the program and you can save that with the name extension .py, and you can just if you have the Python interpreter, it will take care of execution of the program. And most editors have also features for debugging purpose. If you find any of the error in your program, you can easily debug that code by using the editors. These are the mostly used Python editors for the development purpose, like Python IDLE. When you install a Python independently, this editor will automatically installs by default. And Spider, PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, Jupyter Notebook, these are the popularly used editors. Among these, PyCharm is used mainly, and for testing purpose, for the code testing purpose, for simple programs, you can use Jupyter Notebook. It is very simple to use, and as and when you write the code, there itself you can see the output. And how to install the Python? I just need to open the web browser and search Python, and you can go to the python.org. That is the main website to download the software and download the latest version. Automatically you will see the latest version in the website. You can just download that software and you open the installer. Check the below, there are two boxes that I will show you in the later part. Just you need to add the Python to path. Basically, if you want to execute your Python programs, you need to tell the operating system that where the Python is installed. So for that purpose, we need to assign the Python path to path variable. Then install that software. That is that completes that. And you can also check the version of the Python by typing Python version, and it would display the version, the latest version which is installed in your system. And Python can be written in two ways. Like you can write the programs in a command prompt itself, that is interactive mode, and also you can write a program in editors, any one of the earlier told editors like PyCharm or Visual Source Code or any of the Notepad. Then save that code by giving a name of the program by typing the .py, and you can execute the whole program at a time. What is the difference between interactive and script mode? Basically, there are two ways you can write the program in Python. One is the interactive mode and the script mode. In interactive mode, Python statements are written in the command prompt, and we can get the results each line instantly. That means if you write the code and if you type the enter button, immediately you will get the output. But whereas in script mode, you need to write the entire program in a single file, and you run the interpreter, then it executes entire program and you will get the output in the command prompt. And in interactive mode, this is better suited for writing very short programs for testing purpose. As I told you, this Jupyter Notebook is used for the testing purpose. For short programs, you can write and test in the Jupyter Notebook, and also you can write the same code in the command prompt itself by opening the Python interpreter. But whereas in script mode, this is for long programs purpose. If you want to write a long program, you can go for the script mode. That is by using any one of the editors. And this code can be edited, but it is hard to do, because if you write the code line by line, and if you want to edit the earlier line, the previous line, you need to again retype the code. So that is a tedious job. But whereas in the script mode, it is very easy. Once if you open the file, you can get the earlier saved lines of the code. Then you can easily modify that code. And this interactive mode suitable for practice and understanding purpose. In the beginning days of your practice, you can use this interactive mode. And this script mode can be used for the after learning the Python, you can write a bigger programs in the script mode. So these are the differences between interactive and script mode that we will see in the later sessions. And the print function. This is the mostly used function. This is an example. Like the print function is used to display the output on the console. A syntax is just print and the value, that if you want to display any one of the like a any one of the comment or any one of the my name is like that, if you want to write, then you can just simply include that string or the sentence in a double quotes in the value. So here like this, print hello world, output will be hello world in the command prompt. And we can use the multiple print functions. It prints each value in a new line, like print 20, print like this. So these statements can be printed the outputs in a line by line. Multiple values can print using a single print function and separating values with a comma. If you want to print the same values in a single print command, you just need to type the print, and then within the braces, you just give the comma, then you can print the entire values. You need not to write separate print functions like this. This is the syntax, like print value 1, value 2, and then etc. value n. Like this, print 10 hello python 3.87 like this. So this is the example for the multiple values printing a single with a single print command or print function. And how will you declare the comments? Like before writing any program, you need to write what is the purpose of the program, that you can write using the hash symbol. Comments are used for explaining code in the plain language. That comments cannot be executed by the Python interpreter. Just it ignores the comments. They are not executed. A comment starts with a symbol, that is hash symbol, and is terminated by the end of the line. These are the examples. The inline comments. Inline in the sense, the same line you can write like this: after print function hash, this prints my code. So like this, it is a single line comment. But whereas if you want to write a multiple line, that is also possible. That if you want to write a multiple line, you just need to give single quotes 3 times, and then start your entire comment and end with the again 3 single quotes, so that multiple lines of comments can be written in the program. But all those comments cannot be executed by the Python interpreter. It just ignores the comments. Yeah, please ask any of you, anyone, you have any doubts. Then we'll go to how to install the Python and how to execute the program. I'll show you the sample programs. Till now you have understood everything. Any doubts?
No, Malik.
Anyone can unmute yourself and ask any doubts you have.
Yeah, hi. Can I ask you a question now?
Yeah, Ram, please.
Okay. So is the session will be interactive like this, or you going to be mute everybody and then you're going to show the demo or every day?
I didn't get you. Please, can you please clearly tell?
Okay.
Ask you.
So my question is, the session will be is a user interactive session, or you will be muted all the time? You're going to tell what you write.
See, at the end of the session, you can ask any doubts if you have.
Correct. But what I mean to say, that during the session, if somebody have a questions, there is an opportunity to ask the questions, or you going
Yeah,
to
you
wind
can
up
ask. You can ask. No problem.
Okay, all right. So because
It is
most
an
of
interactive
the
mode only. It is not a
yeah,
solo kind
most
of thing. Yeah.
most of the trainings are they're going to be mute all. Everything is done. That's all. Wind up. That's not
No,
going to
no,
help.
nothing
That is
like that. You can ask any questions if you have. I'll clarify them.
no, not a clarified case. So we need like the 100% support. That's it. I'm good with
Definitely,
this.
it will be there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Ram. Yeah. Anyone have any doubts? If not, we will go and install the Python, and we will write some simple programs. Is it okay for you? All. Can
Yeah,
I
I'm
go
good
ahead with
with
the
that.
next?
Yeah, I'm good with that. So daily the same time. I'm from the US, so I just checking with the
Yes,
feasibility of the
Ram,
time.
same time, that is from 8:15 Indian time, 8:50 to
Okay.
8:15 to 9:15.
Okay. So daily 1 hour,
Today there was
right?
there is a very little delay because of some technical issues here.
Yeah. And what do you call it? Like, Monday to Friday the same time, isn't it?
Yes, yes, same time.
Monday to Friday, same time. Okay. So every day, the whatever the record session will be provided because if I'm busy, I can watch to next day morning of my time.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes, same
That's
question. So you will provide the recorded session, right, sir?
yes, yes, Surya.
That will be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so that like mostly we are working professional. We run out of the time. It's too
Exactly.
late sometimes to attend. Then so that we can next day we can watch those things and then we go with the practical sessions. We encounter any issues, we'll come back to you next day.
definitely. Yeah, that will be there.
Okay,
We
sounds
will
good.
provide you the recording sessions. Yeah.
Perfect.
Now we will try to install Python and then we'll test simple programs. You just
Right.
need to open any browser and just if you type Python, you'll get. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just go to pythonweb.org, python.org. So here, download section is there. This is the latest version, as I told you, Python 3.11.4. Here, Windows installer is there. Based on your system supports, like if your system is a 32-bit operating system, you can go for Windows installer 32-bit. If it is supporting 64-bit, you can go for 64-bit. So my system supports 64-bit installer. So just download it.
So you said 3.11.4, right? Latest version.
See, these are the latest version files only. See here, it is downloaded
3.11, right? Yeah.
3.11.4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what it is. Yeah.
Here, this is important step here. Please see once. Here you need to check this add python.exe to path. If you uncheck it, again you need to manually edit the system variables and you need to add the Python path. So instead of that, you just initially you need to check this unticked Python exe to path. Then install.
Check and install, right? Both check
Yeah, we
boxes.
had to check it. We had to check it. By default, it is unchecked. So setup was successful. You just need to close this window. See here, this is the Python command prompt recently used. Just now we have installed that software Python and you will get this. This is a simple interactive mode interpreter. You just need to open the Python software, then automatically you'll get the Python prompt like this. So you can test your like what I told you, like this is the output immediately. That is called interpreter. Interpreter will execute the line by line code. And earlier, if you go to the, if you want to write the same program in C language or the Java language, we have to include one of the print provided function library. Then you need to write main and void something something, and then again. So there's a tedious job to write a single program in other high level languages. But whereas in Python, it's very simple. You need not to write any of the main functions and all here. So if you want to write like print 10, as I told you, we can write the same. We can use multiple variables or values in the, sorry, values in the inside the single print command. It prints all those values whichever you printed in the print command. And also you can directly, like suppose 50 25 plus 33, so it gives the all the mathematical operations also can be executed in the interactive mode here in the Python prompt itself. Or you can directly write, for example, here a is equal to 20, b is equal to 30, and here you can type c is equal to a plus b. Sorry, print c. So that's how you can easily write programs. Like it is very easy when compared to the other programming languages. See here, if you assign 20 to a variable, it automatically dynamically takes care of the type of variable a. It takes care of the type, like data type. Now the Python knows a is a integer variable, b is an integer variable. If you type some name is equal to Malik, so now name variable automatically takes care of that is string variable, like this. Instead of writing print, you can directly type the variable name itself. So it gives us the output. So this is one way of interactive mode of executing the programs. In the beginning days, you need to write like this. Once you are comfortable with the Python language, and then you can go for the PyCharm. So PyCharm editor looks like this, and there are different editions in PyCharm. You just need to go for the community edition. It is a free purpose, free. You can use it directly. Generally, in my companies, we used for the development purpose. We use Visual Source Code mainly. Like this, this is the editor we use for the large programming development purpose. Just need to create a new file. Sorry, and select the Python file. Like this, comments can be written inside inline itself. Whereas if you want to write the comment in a big comment like this, inside these two triple single quotes, so this is the way of writing the comments. Just save it. So automatically it says as we selected in the beginning dot, that is a Python file, it automatically takes care of the extension py. You just need to run the code, like running the, here run button is there. One second. One second. Uh, in between, I wanted to ask one thing, you guys. For what purpose we are learning this Python? Can you please tell anyone? Like as I told you, this can be used in different domains. And what is your domain?
I want to use for my software testing purpose, special automation scripting, and database validations. Like it's like data science related.
Okay.
So we have a heavily used batch processes. We want to do some automation over there, interact with the database and the Unix environment and do various stuff. So that's why we're going to use Python.
Okay, that's good. Anyone other anyone? Yeah, Anil, please go ahead. I mean to say, are you learning? This is the first language, or already you know any other software tools?
No, I know other languages, like for example SQL, PLSQL, then shell scripting, then little bit of Java, and I know Oracle Forms reports. So I have idea of the programming, but this is a new thing for me. But one question is that do we need to download these editors for us, or simply we can type it in the Notepad++ also?
Yeah,
What
you
is your
can type
recommendation?
it in the Notepad++ also. You can directly type the program inside the editor, any editor, and you can just save
Mm-hmm.
that file name with the .py extension.
Mm-hmm.
Then come to the command
Okay.
prompt and execute that code by typing the Python space that file name with extension
Does
.py.
does Eclipse supports Python?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, in any editor you can type the Python code. Just you need to tell that editor that this Python execution, like executable Python software is located in so and so directory. You have to tell that to the editor. If you are using Eclipse, you need to tell that editor saying that in so and so directory Python is installed, so that when you execute that code, it will take care of the interpretation of the program.
Okay, so my scope is like various kind of automation, Kubernetes, Dockers, and AWS, Azure, and GCP. Everyone they are like data science and data warehouse and big data. Everywhere is a Python is using. So that is my scope to learn the basics, and later I go to the next level.
Good, that sounds good, Ram.
Yeah, I just come with empty cup, zero. I don't have any experience like that.
Okay, sure, definitely. I will help you
I just
learning from
zero.
the
I don't
scratch.
want to express anything what I know. forget about it. So I just want to learn from the ABCD, just like a baby steps, one at a time.
Definitely, I'll help you on that. Anyone like the Supriya, Dwarka, Bharat, Shravani, Ravindra? What is your intention behind learning this Python?
It is a versatile language, and it also provides data visualization like statistical data representation, which was not there in Java.
Exactly. Bharat, Santosh, Mani. Do you know any other language prior to this? Or this is
Yeah,
the first language you are learning?
bit of Java and C, C language before.
Okay.
So what's the major difference comes when compared to Java and Python?
See, Java is completely, static type language. As I told you, the differences between static and dynamic, you need to declare every variable in the beginning of the program.
Hmm.
But whereas in Python, you need not to declare variables. As and when you need it, you just assign that value, whatever the type it may be, to a variable. It will take care of the conversion of the type. If you assign integer value, the variable becomes integer. If you assign string value, it becomes a string variable. And also here in Java, you need to strictly follow the indent, like the typing. Like after completion of print statement or any statement, you need to give semicolon.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you miss the semicolon, that program won't execute. That will give an error. But whereas in Python, that is not required. You just type the command. You need not to write any of the closing of the statements, comma or full stop or the semicolon, like that. And also, Python is an interpreted language. As I told you, it quickly translates the entire code and gives the output instantly. But whereas in C++ or Java, all the libraries should be linked before executing the code, and once it is linked and executed and converts to the byte code, then only we will get the output. That is a complex process inside behind the scenes, but whereas in Python it is not required.
Thank you, Malik.
Yeah, thank you. One second. I'm just testing my editor. Anyone editor, PyCharm or
So what's your recommendation editor in it? Which one you recommend?
see, initially you can go for the Jupyter notebook. It is very easy and
Oh.
simple. And if you don't have any editors in your system, okay,
Hmm?
you have, all of us have one Google account, right? Gmail account.
Yeah. Hmm.
You just need to type the Colab. Colab is the Python editor provided by Google.
Hold on.
Yeah, that you can use it in your mobile also easily in the any of the web browser. But mostly for the data scientists and other data engineers or any other DevOps people used this editor like PyCharm, because they use the enterprise edition because they have the licenses. But for us, it is not required to buy any of the editors. You can
So
just use.
Jupyter is open source, right?
Yeah,
I
Jupyter,
mean,
Jupyter is open source. Yeah.
okay.
What about Visual Studio Editor?
That is also free.
Yeah, that is more good and it gives you.
You see, when compared to the PyCharm, it is little bit late process in
Oh, I
the
see.
Visual Studio
I
Code.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
but for learning purpose, you can use it.
Yeah. But you need to install the extensions, Python
Yes,
extension.
yes, yes, yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
See, the same hello world program can be written by declaring one function like hello world. This is a function name. Every function name should be begin and end with a parenthesis and colon. So this single statement tells the interpreter that we are defining one hello world function, and inside that function you can return any of the variables or values, or you can declare or you can use any variables, or you can use any of the computations like arithmetic operations or any of the conditional operations. Once it is done, you just uh, print that hello world function inside the print. So this is the output like hello Python world. Okay, and this is one way of using the editor. As I told you, if you don't have any editors, if you want to test directly from your system, there is, as I told you, Colab Google. If you type it, welcome to Colab, this colab.google.com. Yeah, Google. You just here click on the new notebook. But before opening this editor, you need to log in with any of your existing Google account, your Gmail account. See here, automatically we will get the prompt here. Once it is done, your code is done, just press this run cell. So each line is called a cell. Initially it takes some time because we are just started the uh, editor. See here, this is the output. And once it is done, you can just type the next like code plus this code, and then control enter. Instead of pressing this button every time, you just press the control enter. You can directly test in your laptops. This colab.google.com or colab.research.google.com. As I told you, before using this, we have to log in with any of one of your Gmail account. Then only you will get the this editor enabled. Initially you need to practice by using this editor or any of your you know notepad or notepad plus plus or PyChart, whichever is comfortable for you. You can test it with your system. Okay, see, as you are all are you in the software field, learning Python is very easy. This is, you just remember this thing, because all the libraries are available. You just need to import the library and use the existing functions available within the library. You need not to develop any library by your own. Okay, so that is the major advantage of using Python. Okay, anyone of you have any doubts?
Do we need to
This is the
import the
today's session.
libraries or by default
Yeah, please.
libraries are available?
Pardon me?
Do we need to import the libraries periodically, or by default the libraries are
We have to
available?
import them. You have to import them.
Okay, got it.
See, while installing the Python software, automatically some of the libraries can be installed in your system. But whereas some additional libraries like Pandas or NumPy or any other data science libraries, you just need to install that library separately inside your command prompt by typing pip install that library name. I'll just
Okay,
show you
this is a
one
week.
an
This
example.
is a weekly 5 days. It's a four weeks. The course. How long it will take?
Weekly 5 days.
Okay, how many weeks?
I think this is a 2 months program.
Or 2 months? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
8 weeks program.
Sir, you will be teaching Python um, to that extent where it is helpful to learn data science, or complete course of Python, because it is like an ocean. I felt. Mm.
Yeah, as you told, for your specific purpose, you need to extend the different course again. But for general purpose, I am telling all the libraries like for introduction only.
Okay. So my expectations are like I should be able to understand the code, write the code, and write my own program. And
Okay, that
yeah.
is
We
that is
will learn the
possible.
classes, methods, and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah, that I'll teach you.
Yeah, that's all. Basic, like complete object-oriented programming in the Python.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
If possible, can you
So,
show us the curriculum? Is that would be good?
Tomorrow I'll share with you the curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay.
so, one question is that how does Python differs from Perl? Perl also a very powerful tool, in the scripting language. So if I consider Python in the scripting, uh, how do you think like Perl is different, or Python has an advantage?
See, Python is just sorry, Perl is just a shell scripting language. That means that is
Right.
mainly used for the web development purpose earlier, and also in Unix environment. But Python is not like that. Python has a huge number of libraries for different purposes. As I told you, for web scraping purpose, you have different libraries. For web designing purpose, you have different libraries. And sorry, for web development purpose, you have different libraries. For game development purpose, you have different libraries. And also for data science purpose, mainly nowadays people are more moving to the data science and data engineering and DevOps. All the cloud platforms are they have different libraries, numerous libraries. You just Google it, whatever the need you have in your project work, that particular library will provide the specific requirement of your need, so that you can import that library and you can use it directly. But whereas
By
in
any
Okay.
by
Perl,
any
it's not like
chance,
that. Perl has a limitations. Yeah, please go ahead.
are we going to cover about data science or big data related libraries?
That is not, I think that is not in the curriculum,
Okay.
but we have
So
different
what
courses
is
for that. Data science, yeah, we
okay,
have,
but
and then data engineering we have that, but for dealing with that big data.
Okay.
what's the curriculum of this course? Is the can you show us so that we can get
Definitely,
better
I will show you
understanding
in
of this
tomorrow
course?
session. Okay, because I need
Okay.
to add,
Okay.
I need to edit some more contents in that. Okay,
Sure. Sure. That will be helpful. Yeah.
yeah, definitely, I'll share with you.
What about the hands-on experience? So, are you going to help somewhere we stuck something, or only you go with
See,
your own curriculum?
if you have any real-time like examples, that I will cover you out of this box,
Okay.
like out of this training, because all the people don't require all your needs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll help you on that.
Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for your time, and we'll close this session today, and tomorrow we will start by
Same
8.
time.
15.
Same time, right?
8:15. Yes.
8:15. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Nice talking to you. What's your good name?
This is
Thank you,
Malik.
Ron.
Malik. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, nice
Thank you
meeting
all.
you.